YouTube? Team Imperius here with a new type of video we want to do for you guys. This is a Force of Will, I guess, spoiler review and news update video. A bunch of stuff came out and happened in the Force of Will community the past couple weeks, so we decided to put it all in one giant video and cover it for you guys, give you our opinions, and let you guys know what's going on. So it's me, I'm Kelly, then we have Spoon.
Hey.
And Greg.
What's up?
You can, you literally, like, permanently see my crappy face on the thing.
Yeah, I'm the only one who you can physically see in this, so...
Yeah, even if I turned my thing on, they wouldn't be able to see it because...
I could turn my webcam on, but I don't really feel like it. You can
I mean,
my,
you gross and
face.
sick, so they don't need to see that.
I don't look bad, I just sound bad. Apologize for any coughs that happened during this video.
Yeah.
I've been sick for over a week and a half now, and it's been fun.
Yeah, kind of sucks. Speaking of suck, we're going to start off our video with the spoilers. Some really terrible stones.
Oh god. Yay for Memorias.
Yeah, so I'm just using the database. If you guys don't know, bb.forcewilltcg.us is an amazing website. If you need any information, use that website. Do not use the Wikia, because the Wikia is old and outdated. And yeah, this website is really good, but it has awesome database things. You can go look everything up. And there's even a nifty little button that says spoiler, and it brings up everything. So at any point you want to go read it for yourself, it's up there.
Fun fact, they also give you erratas and rulings that are put up there by the actual judges of the Force of Will community and not just randoms.
Yeah, so if you ever have any question, this website is fantastic. So I'm using that right now to preview the cards. So we're going to start off with the first ruler that they showed. That would be this thing. So,
by the way, they're all this thing.
Yeah, in case you guys can't tell, down on the bottom you can see the little name and the set number of the card. And this says BFA, so Battle for Attoractia 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Which means that all of the rulers have this side, so it's kind of like the old Pandora thing, except it kind of sucks, because it's just Judgment 4. That's it.
Otherwise, there's nothing.
Yeah, there's no other effects. So just to save some time later on the video, this is the ruler side of every J ruler shown. And yeah,
that's
exciting. Yeah, super fun. You can also see before we talk that they have introduced this new fun little text for the names that I hate, but whatever.
I know, it's gross.
That no one asked for.
Yeah.
It's actually gross. Everyone hates it,
and fix this problem, but there was no problem.
Yeah, they wanted to be special little snowflakes for this one set, and
according to Jordan, they've gotten so much hate on it, they're just not going to do it again.
Thank God. Like, I would be okay if it was a weird, like, hey, this is an Uber, so it has that title, but not on every single word. Like, every single card has it. It's awful. But, okay. So without further ado, the first J ruler we see is Faria, the Chosen Girl. So for the people who don't keep up with the lore, basically what's happening is that Lapis is trying to blow up this world, and the world is fighting back. So it's summoning heroic spirits of dead heroes, basically. So the 7 kings come back. 5 of them were chosen to come back, and we see little baby versions of them as the J ruler form. So we start with Faria. She is the light J ruler, 1,000 attack, 1,000 defense. She says, this card gains Faria, the ruler of God's Sword, in addition to other names. When this card enters your field, if you control a call to actions Memoria, so this crappy thing right here, you get to destroy up to 1 target Resonator. And then if you have 4 of this crappy thing right here, then you get to destroy all Resonators your opponent controls instead. And her last effect is, whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on each J Resonator you control. So, she's kind of lackluster except for that last effect. The fact that she relies on having this stone is really bad, in my opinion. The stone is terrible.
It's
like,
you gotta pay 3 to gain 100 life, and I guess technically they were trying to think of, oh well, after you J activate her, if it's just for 2, you're gonna be putting 1/1 counters on literally everybody all the time. So they tried to like counterbalance it in the stone, but the stone still sucks.
Yeah. Basically, like you said, it's tapped to produce 1 white, or it's pay a light, pay 1, and tap it. So essentially pay 3 to gain 100 life, which in and of itself is kind of useless. Like he said, it's an instant way to get her effect going, but there's so many other ways to gain life that I think it's almost pointless. And it so sucks.
That'll be a challenge for everything. All of the stones pretty much suck.
Yeah,
there's two that are workable, and they work only because they're flip sides. Well, their flip sides actually allow them to work. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
This one, my biggest issue with this little combo here is that the OG Faria is just better.
Yeah.
Like, you might as well just play. Yeah, like, why would I want to play that? That even has a better life gain ability than using this stone. It's pay 2 to gain 2. Suck it, nerd. Like.
The other thing that the other thing you're going to notice for the rest of the J rulers too is all of them have an inner, depending on how many specific memorias to them, you get a special effect, which I think might seem kind of cool at first, and then you realize, wow, in order to get the good effect, you have to have 4 of this stone, which is, you can't control that. You just have to hope that if you're trying to J-activate on turn 5, that you hit all 4 of them in a row. And if you didn't, then congratulations.
Good luck.
Like, in theory, you can control it, but you'd have to waste 4 spots in your deck to control it, and the card's a little slow still.
Yeah, it's because you can control it with, Branch of Yggdrasil?
Blessings of Yggdrasil. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 2-drop. You just search for something and you put it in your stone area rested, which, yeah, you can control it, which is probably going to see more play for certain decks that need to have the Memoria, but overall, it's like...
That's still UJ activating on, like, turn 6 or 7, because you have to pay the mana to actually play the card.
Yeah, so I think for the most part, people might splash 1 Memoria and then play that thing if they want to, just to get at least 1 effect off. Yeah. But I can't really see people trying to dedicate their decks to getting the, I hope you have all 4 and do this crazy ability. Especially because the other rulers work better. Hers, destroy 1 Resonator, cool. But all the other ones, if you only have 1 stone, you get a better effect.
I could definitely see it on, like, some of them where it's like turn 6, it's like, okay, I want to J-activate, but I don't have the stone. Play the card, get the 1, J-activate. Because you'd be decent, but other than that, there's really nothing.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So, we're getting that conversation out of the way because we're going to have the same conversation with every other J ruler coming up. So now you know our opinion.
For all the other ones, we're going to say, it sucks, we're moving on.
Yeah, so...
Essentially.
You know what that says. So, going on to the rulers that was... Or not the rulers, wow. The cards that were spoiled with her. Probably the coolest thing would be this next one. Start with Lars. This introduces a new keyword to the game, shift. So... if any of you guys have played Magic, Shift is similar to the Transform cards, where there's a card printed on both sides. I thought it was a little weird to introduce this mechanic, seeing as we already have rulers, which are double-printed cards, or double-sided cards.
Man, it was timed so well. It's not like Innistrad just came back in Magic or anything.
Yeah, right.
Nice timing, Force of Will.
Yeah, it was a little weird, but basically what Shift says is that when this card is let me just read it. It says, you may play either side of this card. So this is the first side, which is a 2-drop, says Lars, Inheritor of the Sacred Spirit. Or you can play it for its other side, which is Glorian, Princess of Water, Charlotte. She is a 3-drop. However, if you decide to play it on the initial side, which is Lars in this particular instance, you can, while he's on the board, pay the shift cost to flip him into Charlotte after he's already been cast. And we'll read Charlotte's effect to see why that's a good thing. But basically, Lars says shift for 3, and then he says prevent all damage that we've dealt to this card during your turn. So you, I don't know, swing with him, they block. It's like, oh boy, he doesn't die. Or for some reason, they're trying to murder him on your turn.
Play him, I guess, if somehow there's a Lancelot on your opponent's board, when he finally gets haste, you swing into it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. On the one hand, yeah, he's a attacker that can't be blocked and killed, which is kind of nice, but really, I think you play him for Charlotte, who is way more versatile.
Oh god, this card is so good.
Yeah, Charlotte's really cool. So she says, when this card enters your field, with 5+1/+1 counters on it. So she's at 5. And says, as this card shifts, put 10 +1/+1 counters on it instead. So if you play Lars and activate the shift effect while he's on the board, she's 10/10 instead of 5/5. And then her last effect, which is what is cool and usable about her, is you can remove 4 +1/+1 counters from her to draw a card. There are plenty of ways now with the last set to put extra +1/+1 counters on her. So there's a lot of ways you can kind of abuse this to get cards and have a big beater, essentially.
Kaguya's Premonition being one of them.
Oh, yeah. That card is going to see so much fun with this card. It's like, hey, I'm going to block your giant thing and draw a bunch of cards, or just have an enormous thing.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So
this is the card Yellow Brick Road needed but didn't get in time.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
They were so close.
Yeah. So, yeah, this was the first S-Star that was shown, the first shift resonator, and I think it's pretty cool. I just think it's a little weird that it's a fire and a water, seeing as they're Glorians and they're supposed to work with Faria, who is light. But
like, the effect doesn't make sense. Like, Lars's, he could have just been light, and then, Charlotte could have been water, staying water, because, like, that makes sense. Her effect actually deals with what they do mechanic-wise.
yeah, his, it must be a lore thing, because his prevent the damage doesn't feel like a red effect. It feels like a white one to me.
Essentially,
actually, it
yeah.
feels like blue one, too. Like, he could be either one, but they made him red. Fun little fact, if you can't tell, their art match. Put them next to each other. Exciting.
Yeah.
Legion. Okay.
Yeah, they do Legion. Haha. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, so those were the Secret Fate flipped over. Those were the exciting cards. The next ones are all mono white cards that deal with Faria's life gain thing, which is pretty cool. So I'm just gonna read these and then we can talk about any ones that stick out. So the first one is Sacred Knight of the South. It's a 2-drop 6/5 Knight Resonator that says when a J ruler enters your board, you gain 500 life. Whenever you gain life, this card gets +0, +200 until the end of turn. So she gets a bigger butt. Her partner is Sacred Knight of the North. He is a 2-drop 5/6 Knight Resonator that says when a J ruler enters your field, you gain 500 life. And whenever you gain life, this card gets +2/+0 until end of turn. So she gets a big butt, he gets a big sword. I guess that's how you would say it. I like the art on them, but they're just common. So. The next one is Life Profiteering Priest. She is a 1-drop 2/4 Priest Resonator that says whenever another Resonator enters your board, you gain 200 life. She is the cool one, in my opinion. Between her, Percival, and Temple Monk, you've kind of rounded out the mono-white 1-drop slot, which I enjoy.
I mean, it makes mono white a tad more playable, I guess, now.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that. And then the last one is this weird card. Last People of Gloria. It is a 4-drop 0/1000 Soldier Resonator. And it says when this card enters your field or leaves your field for a non-field zone, you gain 700 life. So basically, when you cast it, you gain life, and then if it dies or if it gets popped somewhere, you gain more life, which is cool. But it bothers me that it's a 4-drop with like no attack at all.
Like, I see, like, the use of it is you could splash like it as a 1-of in like a Shion deck, and then like activate, pop it on board, so you can like stay out of like death range. But I still don't like it.
Yeah, I think for the life gain deck, I think they would have preferred to see another attacker, because they have the life gain deck has Galahad as your main attacker, gain 5 every time he swings.
I mean, it literally could have been a 400 attack and been useful.
Yeah, like even something to let it deal damage. But yeah, he's a common too, so we're gonna see another light SR.
I mean, we've got uncommons and an SR, I think, still to spoil for them, so we'll be fine.
I feel like it was just them, like, pre-checking themselves again with all the effects that you're doing, because he'll technically, quote-unquote, gain attack if you have Faria J activated already, every time you gain life. So, he has the potential to be very big, and I feel like they just looked at him and they were like, well, if we start him with attack already, it's just going to be crazy. We need to put him at 0.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely it. I agree with that. But anyway, there is a little bit more that has to be spoiled for white, because we only have like 5 for each color spoiled, so hopefully there's another one coming that'll be like the life gain deck works with this card now.
Essentially.
So that was why red is everyone's favorite color in this game, apparently. So the red Memoria Stone is the same sort of deal as the white one, except you pay 3 and you tap it, so you pay 4, deals 100 damage to your opponent.
It sucks.
Moving on.
Actual ass.
It's
moving
so
on.
Bad. I'm so sad. Look at the dragon on it though. It looks cool, and then it sucks.
Yeah. So like we said before, the ruler side, same exact thing, sucks. Moving on. the J-Ruler. So, Melgus, Conqueror of Flame. He is a 1,600 Heroic Spirit J-Ruler. This is Baby Melgus, just like Baby Karya. And he says, this card gains Melgus, the one charmed by the Demon Sword, in addition to other names. When this card enters your field, if you control one of his crappy little Memoria, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Put all Resonators, total cost of 3 or less. Under the first 2. No! Load the thing!
Oh my god,
yeah.
What
Okay,
did
3 or less.
3 or less? I thought it was 3 or less.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the stupid this thing on top of it now.
Yeah, the watermark.
Yeah. All Resonators cost 3 or less from among them into your field. They gain swiftness until end of turn. Then put the rest on top of your deck in any order. Then if you control 4 of his Memoria, you put all Resonators revealed into the board. Automatically, he is infinitely better than Faria, because even with 1 Memoria, you have the potential to plus 3 cards for free.
You get every good red Resonator in the game.
Yeah,
with
and
one, besides
also that's
Zeus, but who gives a crap? Yes.
That's the one thing that makes him really good, is that he is also not specific to red Resonators. So if you want to play like, hey, have a bunch of creatures, yeah, just play all dudes, not deck. This guy will hit all of them 3 or under. So you could be like, hey, I love Medusa. I'm going to cram a billion Medusas in this deck. Oop, I revealed 3 Medusas off of that. Oh, I get them. Rip your board. So,
I mean, go for it.
You could definitely see some, like, really weird builds where you use the red stuff to keep your momentum through the game, even just to try to get all 4 of them if you play them, and then being able to just, like, take all these huge dudes that you still have and just smash them on the board in 1 turn.
Yeah, like, this is, he is infinitely...
You know what card this combos with well? This combos really well with Hydromonica.
Oh yeah, and isn't there a card that says like draw 3, put 2 back on top?
Correct. Yeah, it's a brainstorm. It's but it costs 2, but the format's gonna slow down so much.
Yeah.
Alice format slows down.
Is it a normal?
It's an instant. Yeah, it's actually a good card. It's just you can play Cheshire Cat, so there's like no reason to play it until that rotates technically.
We're gonna talk about the format and stuff after we do the spoilers, but keep that in mind because you could before untap play that and then untap and go for it if you need to.
Oh, it's dope. It's real dope. It's like you just play it before untap, draw 2 cards, put 1 back. Yeah. Go for it.
So I think he is definitely going to see a lot of play because he is really fun, and I mean it's every red player's dream to put more creatures on the board, so might as well.
And Signs is gone. They can live through it.
Yeah, they're fine. So next up is some of his support cards. So you have True Successor of Serto Volga. I call him Angry Santa.
Angry Santa Claus, look at him.
I love Angry Santa. He's so, 1, he's cool looking, and 2, his effect is real sweet. So he's a 2-drop 4/4 King Resonator. Big Angry Santa says whenever this card is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to your opponent. I love it because if it swings into or is hit by that Alice Resonator, it will murder her.
Just eat shit.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
I heard you're playing Tree. Let me run into your thing there, buddy.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna swing with you with a bunch of Volgas, and you block any of them, she's dead.
Yeah.
This is also
death by 4/4.
Red's gonna be Red's answer to the wonderful, Greg Carl puts it, colorless affinity.
Yeah.
Where you put a 2000 dude on the board, it's like, alright, block.
Yeah.
Take 2,000.
Take 2K.
Like, enjoy that. Oh yeah, see, this is one of the things we were talking about on the website. It has rulings and stuff on the bottom, so do see, this card does not target the opponent since there's no target in the text. In case you guys didn't understand that, so that makes him better. Way better. But yeah, Volga.
Excalibur.
Yeah, Volga is easily one of my favorite cards spoiled. He's really cool. He does have less attack and defense because of his effect, but to be honest, if you block 1 big creature, he did the job. Even if he's blowing up, he's still gonna do his job. So, that's Angry Santa. Alright, so the next couple ones... Yeah.
You get to these cards.
These are interesting. You can see how they work, but they're really weird. So you have a 1-drop field edition called Sanguine Arena. It says, tap this card, deals 200 damage to each Resonator. Play this ability only if you control a Resonator. So, yes, they did kind of keep it in check so you can't drop 4 of these, just tapping all of them for
just wreck your field every turn.
You have to sack one of your guys to it. Yeah, they're going to get smacked in the face too, but it is pretty cool. And I'm going to read all of them, and then you guys will see why they work together. So the next one is a 1-drop Flame Soldier of Volca with this beautiful artwork. He is a 3/3 Soldier Resonator that says whenever he's dealt damage, he gets +2/+0 and Swiftness. So basically, if he's on the board, or you have this on the board, you play him, tap this. He doesn't die. He becomes a 5/1, and he can swing. So it's like they turned this red stuff into like a glass cannon kind of feel. Okay, so next one is Bloodfire Dragon. That's what that says. I hate this text. Another 1-drop, 5/5 flying Dragon Resonator that says when this card enters your field, it deals 500 damage to target Resonator you control. So he's gonna bomb something on your board. If you play him and you have nothing else, he will bomb himself. So please be careful.
I mean, you could play it and reflect and turn 1 it and just pump it with
Yeah.
reflect.
You
But I
can,
mean, that's like
however,
best case scenario.
Yeah, if you're playing like Red Reflect deck and you want to drop this thing turn 1, go for it. You can drop it, pump him with Reflect until bomb himself and not die, and you just have a flying 5/5 turn 1. And then the other 1-drop, again, is Blood Covered War Axe. It is a Resonator edition that says added Resonator gets +4/+0, and whenever this card attacks, it deals 200 damage to each other Resonator. This card has so much potential.
This card's broken. Alright.
It's so silly.
It's not broken. It's just really cool. It's really good.
This card is so cool. I cannot wait for the day that this set comes out because I am going to play that stupid assassin guy that says whenever he deals damage to a Resonator, kill it.
No,
and so he is going to swing with this axe and murder everything. And it's going to be so stupid.
Constant board wipes, man. That's how we do it.
It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be the stupidest thing ever, but I'm excited. But, yeah, no, seriously, this card has a lot of potential. It's a 1-drop, so you could easily play 4 of this and just spam it onto one big creature and swing.
It'll stack.
Yeah, because you can. If each instance of the card will deal an additional 200. So say you have your lovely Priscilla Exploding Flames girl, and you're like, cool, give her flying, and then attach 3 of these things to her, and just kill your board and keep hitting you in the face. Seems fun.
To be fair, that's investing a lot in one card, and if it dies, you've lost like 90% of your advantage. But
at the same time, it would be really fun.
I mean, it would be really funny. To be fair, to be fair, this card replaces Ame technically in red decks.
Yeah, it does. But I'm kind of okay with it because Ame was a little more terrifying on Lancelot because taking
Ame could murder you. It would do you 16 in like 1 turn, and then this is just like,
I'm okay with it because I feel like this is what Ame should have been in the first place. Because I think Lancelot's effect was more for board control. It was the sword, so it's like, oh, now it's about killing you too. So this is what Ame
I'm gonna
should
kill
have
you
been.
with 2 swings. Yeah, so this is like a replacement for Ame that I'm okay with. Also, it's a 1-drop to make up for the fact that it does not increase their defense. So they will still die as easily if the attack goes through.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, which is why I would love putting one of them on that Priscilla, because she has like every stupid symbol text in the book.
That card didn't need to exist, but it's...
But it does!
Ironically, it's not going to see as much play because of the stone bases.
Yeah, which is nice. Though Flame King Shout still is a thing. Ooh, okay, so this is the fun stuff.
Yeah,
this is easily the best.
Oh, baby, it's my time to shine.
Yeah, easily the best spoilers. We're gonna get this blue stuff. We're gonna get the Memoria out of the way. It says pay 2, tap it, draw a card, then discard a card. So, congratulations. Not quite as ass as the rest of them, but still kind of butt.
It doesn't matter because it doesn't matter what stones you play in this deck. That's the only joy.
Yeah. So this is their ruler. It is Machina, clever researcher. He is water this time around instead of no attribute, but he is a 800/800 J ruler heroic spirit that says he gains Machina's original name, blah blah blah. By the way, just to get that out of the way, yes, they work with their old regalia. Have fun. So he says, when this card enters your field, if you control an aloof researcher's Memoria, so his stone, search your main deck for up to 2 machines whose combined total cost is 7 or less, and put them onto your field. Then shuffle your main deck. If you control 4 of that Memoria, search your deck for up to 4 machines whose combined total cost is 12 or less, and put them onto your field instead. Shuffle your main deck. Then this card gets +2/+2 for each machine you control. So let's talk about how both Machinas are kind of wonderful. Like, I am so excited.
So this is what I think. I think they're both exceptionally good. I think the older one is still technically better. Like, just because, strictly for the fact that his other side actually does something.
Yes, and I definitely agree.
Turns out tutoring cards is a good thing.
The fact that you can
it's its own mana sink. It's just like,
Yeah.
I have 2 will at the end of my opponent's turn because I was faking them out whether or not I had a counter card or not. Okay, pay 2, search a colorless dude for 2.
Yeah.
Easy.
He is his other side is exceptionally good. And that is my biggest issue with all of these rulers, is that no matter how strong their other side is, the fact that they don't have any ruler side effect makes them automatically weaker than any other ruler that has a ruler side effect. Namely, Reflect, that has 3.
Like, it just all depends on, like, all of the cards that come out that they keep saying that'll counter Reflect. If they've got a lot of cards that counter off Ruler and J-Ruler abilities, then yeah, sure, these cards become pretty freaking playable.
Yeah, but as it stands right now, we're kind of a little bit tough.
Yeah.
So, but like,
You start the game behind a little bit.
Yeah. But like Greg said, there is a chance. They have been saying that there's going to be multiple answers to Reflect. We're going to see one of them in the next spoiler that we go over, but according to Hebert and some other people who have contacts at the company, that one card is not the only one, so fingers crossed.
Oh no, there's supposed to be like 5 of them, but that's the most.
Which
Something
is
stupid.
exciting, so I'm excited about that, but we'll have to see.
Maybe
anyway.
one a color.
Even then, just to wrap, even though I think the original one is still better, I think that you can side into this one.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah, you can.
Yeah, being able to tutor anything onto the board, and once we get to the other cards so they can see what you can tutor for now, it's really good. And the fact that he gets bigger for each one is just wonderful anyway, because you needed more attackers after that one dude.
Dude, there's literally one Resonator out of this bunch that we're about to show them that I would not play. I would literally one. Everything else is bonkers.
Yeah. So, we went over those, so next up we'll start with these 2. So this first one is he's cute. He's TikTok Automaton. He's a 3-drop, 4/8 colorless machine Resonator. Whenever this card is put into a graveyard from your field, reveal cards from the top of your main deck until you reveal a machine with total cost 2. Put that card onto your field and shuffle the rest into your main deck. Then you've got the Robox, I guess what that says. It's a 2-drop, 6/2 or 2/6 machine Resonator that has a similar effect. When he's put into the graveyard from your field, reveal cards from the top of your main deck until you reveal a machine total cost 1. Put it onto your field and shuffle the rest of your deck. Ironically enough, these 2 are awesome because they kind of keep you going with your field presence. They are not the broken cards.
No.
Yeah.
See, I actually wouldn't play the 3-drop, and that's the only reason, because being that I want to try to spam the board as quickly as possible, and that slows you down.
I don't know.
It slows you down way too hard.
I'm still working on like what build I want to do. I don't actually think I would play either of them.
I'm going to try the 2-drop.
Just because the 2-drop, it gets a 1-drop, and if, for me at least, I'm playing the old Machina to start with, I search 1-drops so much that there's hardly ever going to be any in the deck.
But do you run, how many of the 1-drops do you run? Because, like, I'm going to play 8 of them.
I literally run, like, only 4.
Oh, see, I'm going to be running 8. That's why I'm playing it.
Yeah, and it's the
different
old
build.
one, the target attack, the one that gains target attack one. And
Yeah, I'm going to be running the flying one, too. It's just my idea, because I just want to get them on board as quickly as possible to drop some of the other cards they're about to see.
Yeah.
I think the only reason I would think the TikTok, the 3-drop, is good because he can grab Maria Bella. She is
Yeah, this is the best card in the set, like, out of the set of them.
That is the only reason I would play him, because you can shift through your deck so you hit a Maria Bella and put it on the board. Of course, she's... Anyway, these 2 cards are... actually, the next 4 cards are ridiculous, yeah. So we're going to start with Maria Bella.
Yeah.
She is Small Assistant Maria Bella. She's a 2-drop, 5/5 human machine Resonator. She is an SR, so this is the second one we've seen. And it says, when this card is put into a graveyard from your field, you may search your main deck for a card named Maribel the Steel Doll, or Maribel's Insane Self-Aware Machine. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your main deck. Then her second effect says, remove this card from your graveyard from the game, produce 2, colorless. Spin this will only to pay activate abilities of Maribel the Steel Doll, or to play Maribel the Insane Self-Aware Machine. She's so good!
I heard you like playing, I heard you like an 1,000 for 1.
God bless America. Card is so good.
I heard you like Searcher deck because Machina already does that, but congratulations, do it more.
All this deck does is tutor, thin, drop big fatties, and kill you. That's all this deck does.
You could have stopped her entire effect after the first box of text and left out the graveyard effect, and she would still be broken.
Yeah, actually.
Like, she is super good. She not only is she adorable. Let's just look at the artwork. That's you can tell.
She is freaking adorable as heck. All right.
I like her little tie, man.
I love. It's like she's adorable, like OTP right here. But no, seriously, they're adorable, and she is. Oh yeah, she is so good, and she makes this deck work really well because I heard you like dropping big dudes for insanely cheap numbers. She's good.
Like, especially considering you can use Maribel's effect for free. The other one's Maribel's effect for free, and just be like, oh, here's all these abilities. Enjoy.
Yeah. Yay! So this next guy is kind of bonkers too.
Good Lord, help me.
Remote control Gollum. He is a 10-drop, 2,000 attack, 2,000 defense machine resonator that says 1, he cannot be destroyed. That's exciting. But his first effect is what makes him ridiculously good. You may pay 1 colorless less to play this card for each machine you control. Congratulations, everything in your deck is a machine.
Yep.
Card is bonkers.
So here's my little run on this card. You can also just drop them off of Machina. So, why not just have a crap ton of machines on board, deactivate Machina, add, 2 to 3 of these on board. You might want to pop in a Maribel too, because Pierce, that's a cool little effect. Oh, and then, there's that fun little thing of March of the Machines that gives it haste and 300. Yeah. And it's just like, okay, now you die.
Yeah, if you were playing the field spell, it works with this as well. And the field spell says you can move one of your symbol skills from one resonator to another. So how about moving that flying from that one thing onto
Can't you take it off your opponent's stuff too?
You can.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fun fact then. That machine, that thing is a machine. Go ahead, Spoon.
Yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to point out, and this will work for Greg's build of whatever he's doing more than mine. With the right conditions, you can drop it on turn.
Oh, yeah, easy. Easy.
You just play 1 drops for turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3, and then turn 4, it's just like, there it is.
But here's the thing.
Actually,
I can play 1 drops on 1 turn, so I can play 1 drop on turn 1, 2 1 drops on turn 2, 1 drop on turn 3, drop as many of the next card we're about to see as possible, and play this for less even. I could even potentially play it on that turn.
It's so ridiculous.
It could be turn 3 if I try hard enough.
So, yeah, not only is Gollum... Yeah,
if I want to commit.
Not only is Gollum super rusted, but guess what? There's a baby Gollum. You can pay 1 less to play him as well, and he's 800 4 drop. So like they were saying.
Oh.
Cool. Look at
this I think this is the best card. Like the best of the resonator attackers that they got, because this thing is like turn 2, turn 3, you're gonna drop it and then murder everything.
Yeah, like this thing is so good because like you guys were saying, if turn 1 drop a 1 drop, turn 2 drop 2 more 2 drops, or 2 more 1 drops, and then congratulations, you can drop as many of these as you want whenever you get them. This card is good. Like, don't get me wrong, this guy is trolly as crap, but the remote control beast is really what is gonna make the deck work, because you're gonna be getting free 8/8s, and it's gonna be bonkers.
Yeah, you are.
Also, I love how this...
You can play the other card!
So, this other one is just as busted, because it's basically a free pot of greed. Ryszard's work.
What?
You may pay
4 of these and draw 8 cards.
Ryszard's work. It's the 5-drop instant, but you may pay 1 less to play it. For each machine you can draw 2 cards. Congratulations!
In a
free cards!
Game,
yeah.
With a 40-card main deck, with 4 copies of each card, you are now playing 4 cards even less than that.
This thing is ridiculous. The Machina stuff is bonkers. For people who have played Magic, it is similar to the affinity effects that were in that game, and it's, from what I have heard, affinity was pretty bonkers, and it looks just like it. Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be just as good.
Deck. This deck is gonna be so much fun.
If you don't think that this is gonna be like tier 1, like if you just don't think this is gonna be good, then you just probably shouldn't be playing this game.
This is the meta. This is literally it. This is the deck.
Yeah, this is.
I mean,
it is
it'll be.
Besides the fact that your draw 2 card is an instant.
Is it an instant?
It's an instant.
Yeah, it's instant. You can drop it whenever you
can drop it on your opponent's turn after you search a whole bunch of cards with your extra mana from OG Machina.
Better, you can play all of your stuff. When your opponent goes to play a kill spell on it, you can chain all of your draws, draw the card, then let it die.
Yeah. It's so good.
I don't know who decided that these cards were allowed to exist, but you messed up.
Oh my god. I'm so excited. Dude, Spoon, you and I are going to have a field day with these decks.
Oh my god, I'm so ready.
Yeah, it is colorless time. This is so cool. Yeah, Machina is easily my favorite spoilers out of this stuff, and I'm excited to see what comes next and how they work. But we should probably move on, because we could talk about this forever, because it's so good.
Oh yeah, we
We
could.
can talk about this for another hour.
Yeah, so we are going to force ourselves to move on, because we have one more that's pretty good, and one more that's kind of butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Accurate.
So,
To be fair, this one's not bad.
yeah, this is the one that's kind of good. The green stuff for this set is actually Arla. If y'all remember in the original Seven Kings set, Arla was white, but now he has become green, which kind of makes sense because he's the flying angel dude. I kind of always thought he should be green anyway. But,
I mean,
so
it's wind.
yeah. His Memoria can pay 1 green and tap it to produce any color. So in a format like Alice Block, where we are losing a lot of dual stones, supposedly, and a lot of other easy ways to mana effects, might actually see some play. It's not as good as, say, Rulers.
Well, it's good in
It's
this
the first
because
one that's not ass.
it's good in this one
Yeah.
because he also untaps, and then your other stuff that we'll see in a second untaps also.
Yeah, so it's usable in this deck, which is enjoyable because it says, hey, here's a little bit easier way to build your stone deck without the dual stones. So,
Exactly.
same deal. This has no effect, same thing, blah, blah, whatever. So, going on to the J-Ruler is Arla, Guardian of the Skies. He is a 1,000 J-Ruler Heroic Spirit. He gains the original name, so he can work with Bow. If you play Bow after he's on the board, you get the extra counters, which is magical. And it says, yeah, he has his arm this time.
Brought him back before he lost an arm.
Yeah. So he says, when this card enters your field, if you control one of his Memoria, you put the top card of your Magic Stone deck into your Magic Stone area and recover all Magic Stones you control. Then draw a card. Then, if you control 4 of the Memoria, draw 3 cards instead of 1. Can we just stop to appreciate how ridiculous?
That's already broken, alright?
Yeah.
That's already
Basically,
enough. And then
he's
has
free.
4.
He is free. Yeah, once you can pay the cost, he is free and you draw a card. Congratulations. But it is his next effect that makes him silly. Whenever a Resonator you control attack, cover target Magic Stone you control.
Ooh, well, that seems kind of good.
Yeah, so let me see. I'm playing a bunch of weenies, so I'll tap out, play stuff, swing, tap out, untap again, tap out again, play more stuff. Like, you're going to run a hand really fast just because you always have the opportunity to play stuff. Or you could play counters, swing with your stuff, and untap and have all the open mana you need to play your counters. Like, he is...
Let me tell you about how this colorless stuff is going to be broken with this guy as the ruler.
Yeah. Yeah, this...
Oh my god, we did it.
He is really, really good, and I think out of all of these new rulers, he is the one you will see the most play because you're going to be able to really do a lot with his effect, a lot more than what you can with the other new guys. But that's not to say that, like we were talking about, original Machina, I think we'll see a lot of play, and I think Melgus will see some play once someone makes a good creature.deck style deck, but Arla, right off the bat, is going to see a lot of play. Free stuff and untapping cards is never a bad thing.
Just letting y'all people know, man, you're going to see a lot of Arla. You're going to see a lot of OG and new.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I finally get to play an Arla deck, even though I can't find my Angels for some reason. Or whatever.
Sorry.
I'm just going to have to buy them again. Exciting. Okay. Alright, so moving on to his stuff. The first one is a Chant Standby 2-drop called Wingman. I did it! Wing Trap says, trigger, you control a Wind Magic Stone and a Resonator with Flying. Destroy target Resonator without flying. So,
that makes me sad.
Card could have been a kill a Quiver, but no, it had to be kill something without flying.
Let's just say Quiver definitely found a home in this deck.
Oh god, whatever people want to play, just play Quiver.deck with this. You just drop like 4 Quivers on turn 4 and just murder everything.
Insanely easy to play a lot of Quivers in this. But this card is still good. Chant Standbys have needed to kind of pick up and be relevant to the meta, so I'm kind of excited to see it.
They're getting really good.
Yeah, they're getting better now and actually playable, which is fun because for a while there was like, hey, there's a whole part of this game we don't even touch, but there's no point.
It still can't
but yeah,
get my giant golem of death.
No, it cannot.
It says destroy. Get wrecked.
But yeah,
Yeah,
so,
man.
whatever. We'll move on to the next one. It's an okay card. The next one is an addition field, Home of the Wingman. It's 3-drop. It says whenever you put one or more Resonators with flying into your field for the first time each turn, draw a card. So that's kind of fun because most of the stuff you're going to play is flying, so you're going to be able to just draw. It's going to feel like Kaguya. Whenever you play a moon, just draw a free card, like replace all your cards in your hand.
Works in fairies.
Yeah. So this could be, this is actually exceptionally good in fairies.
Okay.
Fairy Arla is going to be a lot of fun. And the other effect is tap target Resonator with flying, gains +3/+3 until end of turn. So, that second effect is okay, but it's something. Yeah, if you need to go for the kill, or if you just want to tap it and make something a little bit bigger on your turn before untap, go for it. Next up is Earthbound Wingman. Does that make sense? It's 2-drop, 5/5 Wingman Resonator with flying. That says whenever this card attacks, you may recover target Magic Stone. He's really good.
So essentially, we play this on turn 2. On turn 3, we play what we want to play. We swing with this. We play something else.
Yeah.
Seems
Or
good.
if you need to, if you want to be that person, you could float mana, swing with him, untap, and then play a bigger dude. Like if you want to be that person, like if you want to drop a bigger dude faster, go for it. He's really good. And with Arla on board, he is untapped too when he swings.
Technically, if you do that, you can just play Arla and J-activate, and then everything untaps, and then more combos ensue.
Like, he is really good. He is your get Arla on the board faster. It's really good.
Card seems good.
But yeah, so this is my favorite Arla exclusive card. You can tell it's meant for Arla. It's not exclusive to him, obviously, but it's meant to work with him, and it really, you get the full effect when Arla's on board. But then you have this thing, this girl, who is the big... I mean, finally has, like, kind of normal anatomy for once with the artist, or whatever.
The artist actually didn't do terrible this go.
Yeah.
She's real slender.
It reminds me of Bayonetta.
I honestly kind of really want to get a foil playset of this, because this looks really cool.
Oh yeah, I need to get my full art for this for the Arla deck. But anyway,
you can have full arts, I just want foil.
I want my full arts this time, damn it.
Okay, shit. You got him. I just want full art green shit.
So, Guardian Angel Raphael, she was the one when she was announced, there's a big uproar about it because, like we said, that we have been promised a lot of Reflect Hate, and this seemed to be the answer that people thought we were going to get, but turns out we're getting more, so keep that in mind while we read this effect. But she is a 3-drop 4/8 Resonator Angel. She has flying, yay. She doesn't have wings, but she has flying, unlike every vampire ever. And I'm not.
Just let it happen.
No.
Jesus lifts her up and makes her fly. Come on now.
Apparently, she's just that good.
Satan
okay, so
down to earth.
It's Raphael, man. Just let it happen.
I hope we get the other ones. I hope all the answers to Reflect are all
all the angels.
Just angels named angels.
Like that would be really cool.
Hey, we heard there's Satan afoot. We're gonna send you some holy heaven to get rid of it.
Yeah. Like, that shit would be really cool. Anyway, her effects are, your opponent cannot play cards with their standby area during your turn. One, that is a giant middle finger to the next spoiler, but whatever, we'll get there in a second. And then the second one is, your opponent cannot play activate abilities of J Rulers or Regalia during your turn. That is the good effect, because while, you can't do that with Reflect anyway, you can't get, destroyed by bows when you go to swing. And that's what I like about it.
Well, it's also cool because if you play this and Tsukiyomi together, you just lock them out altogether from playing activated effects, period. They just can't do them.
Yeah, it's a lot of nice, okay, stop this right now before this gets out of hand, which is good. Do notice that there's a slash between the J and the ruler, which I think.
Yes.
So it affects both of them. So if for some reason they're playing Valentina is 1.0 is a perfect example. They're playing Valentina 1.0, and this is on your side of the field. They cannot cheat dudes in on your turn. So she has some playability. Unfortunately, she doesn't deal with Reflect at all. So this was not the Reflect answer. There's got to be something else coming.
Literally, the only way she deals with Reflect is they can't tutor and then flip back.
Yeah.
You can kill it on their turn now. So like you have Reflect up. Say I can give it randomly flying and shoot it now.
Yeah.
Now it dies.
However, people do need to remember that if you are a Reflect player and this is fucking you up, you're playing it wrong, because you can instant speed in response to this being cast to put your Reflect back. So
I would probably do that, but
yeah, do not sit there and think, oh my god, this card destroys my Reflect. No, you're fine. Just don't J-activate when she's already on the board without a way to get her off. Like, that would be the bad idea.
There's easily gonna be more than this, and they keep promising it. And I know there will be if they're gonna start doing effects like this. I have a feeling we're gonna get one like in every color, and it's just gonna be really dumb.
Which is what I think we need. But yeah, for people listening, this is not the Reflect Keller. This is just a good card.
Yes.
All right, so we're going on to the last set of spoilers we have for you guys today, which is the darkness one. So, it is, as you can see, it's Ryszard, little baby vampire, came back. His Memoria isn't quite useful in his style deck, but it actually is a welcome card for Dark Alice players because it does kind of help her along a little bit if you need it, which if you do, I'm not sure why, because you can use her effect cheaper. But,
mana remove one, baby.
Yeah.
So you pay 3 to remove one, or I could just use her effect and remove it for 1.
So, for some reason, people are really excited because she does work with Dark Alice, which you are right. But if you have 3 mana, you might as well remove 3 instead of 1. So, whatever.
Yeah,
we're going to get into the darkness stuff, and you'll see this really doesn't affect the deck. It doesn't help them at all. It's really weird. It should have been like,
I feel like they just
neg something like a little.
Could have been pay 3, mill the top card of your deck.
Yeah, that would have been good. That actually would have been very good for darkness deck. But no. Whatever. So, anyway,
pay 3 mills still but
it would be another bill.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, it's shit like all the other ones. So let's go to Ryszard. So he gains Ryszard's old name. He is an 800 1000 J ruler, heroic spirit. Says when he enters your field, if you control one of his Memoria, put the top 4 cards of your main deck into your chant standby area face down. If you control 4 of his Memoria, put the top 7 down instead. And then his last effect is pay 1 darkness. You may put a card from your hand into your chant standby area face down. It is that last effect and that last effect only that makes him any sort of playable. Because his inner effect is kind of booty. It's actually excessively booty, to be honest.
I mean, you might as well just, not be playing cards blindly face down, but...
Yeah, because for people who are listening, the issue with the chant standby area is, yes, any card can go in there face down. However, only cards with effects that let them flip can be used. Meaning, if you play him and you are so bad that you mill 3 creatures without stealth, or 4 creatures without stealth, congratulations, they're gone forever. Bye.
Like, in theory, you can play a full deck that's nothing but chance standbys and stealth creatures. That's very hard to pull off.
Yeah.
You will lose.
You will very much so lose. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, whew. You will wreck everybody if they live to that point.
But if you want to do it, by golly, you can and have fun with your crappy deck. But it's okay. There is one card spoiled that makes his effect okay, and we'll get to that in a second. But
honestly, I think most of the spoilers help OG Ryszard more than this. But
Yeah, and unfortunately, the issue with that is that OG Ryszard deals with the Grave too, and he's not completely centric to the chant standby area. Though he does get a boost from the stuff in there, which is nice. However, he starts from 5/5, which is a little tiny little man.
Like, he's more playable in Alice Block because you can start just setting stuff each turn, and you're not going to die right away. And then when you finally are like, I want to activate him, God's Art, murder everything. Oh wait, I can flip all my stuff and kill you.
Yeah,
that's still a more thing. But
that's what I'm thinking is OG Ryszard will see more play than this one. However, like I said, being able to pay 1 to put stuff face down, that is an amazing effect. I've been saying from the beginning, that's what Ryszard needed to be playable. And they gave it to him. It's not on the other side like Kaguya, so it's worse than Kaguya 1.0, but it's still something, and it's still what the deck needed.
And you can't play Kaguya 1.0 anymore, so it all works out.
Yeah, he is the Kaguya 1.0 replacement. Unfortunately,
Boo.
he is strictly worse, and in Wander and Eternal formats, you're always going to play Kaguya 1.0 over him. But
Oh no, she gets real good in Eternal format when this set drops. That deck becomes bonkers.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Like, everyone is saying, oh my god, they rotated Alice's block out, so now I can't play Alice's World. I'm like, I'm glad they did that so we can't see rampant Kaguya 1.0. That would be ridiculous.
Why would I play anything else? Look at all these cool, chance standbys I'm getting. They're playing. I set them all for one. I drop all these cards like every turn. You're just playing like turn 1, there's 1, turn 2, there's 2, and then you just do all this stuff, and then all hell breaks loose.
Literally, you can drop the hell Hades himself on people.
Yeah, Hades literally busts out of the ground. This is high.
So
you're playing counter fairies from Yu-Gi-Oh, and nobody liked that. Nobody liked that era except for your brother Kelly.
All right, so we're gonna go on to his first thing. So little lore background: Ryszard became a necromancer in an attempt to save his dead parent. Feeling a little FMA here, and her name is actually Riza, which makes it feel even more FMA.
This whole set is FMA. Maribel becomes a machine.
Yeah, like you can play FMA.deck if you want to.
Like, but this is all FMA.
So getting into it, Riza is his mother. She is a 4-drop 8/8 zombie resonator with stealth. Her stealth cost is kind of hefty. It says you control 4 or more magic stones, and you control a darkness stone, and you have no resonators. So you have to have no board, and it has to be at least turn 4. But when she enters your board, you may pay 1,000 life. If you
to live.
Yeah, right. 10,000 life, just kill yourself. You pay 1,000. You do search your deck for a card and put it into your standby area face down, then shuffle your main deck. So, the one cool thing about her is that she does not need to enter from the standby area to get her effect. She just says when she enters your board. So if you can get her out early, if you can just hard cast her yourself, she works that way, which is nice.
Isn't there a black chance standby you can use? The cheats are into play.
I think that's a thing. I love that card. But yeah, she is pretty okay solely because you get to search your deck and put something there, so you get to kind of like sculpt what you're putting down there, and it's a little bit of deck thinning, but 1,000 life is a hefty cost, so you have to keep that in mind. Don't kill yourself with it.
You search for your win con, essentially.
If you're gonna use her effect, you search for what you need, you put that shit down, wait for it to use it. But other than that, she is still very good. Okay, so the next one is 1-drop Remnants of Niflheim. It's a Resonator zombie 300 defense, and it gets +1/+1 for each card in your standby. God damn it!
You did it.
Standby.
Dang it, Kelly. You were doing so well.
Damn it! I almost got through the whole thing.
Almost.
Anyway, this card is pretty good. We got a 1-drop zombie in the first set that said when you play it, mill 2, and now we have a 1-drop zombie that says it gets +1/+1 for each card in your standby area, which I guess if you have flooded it with your ruler, Ryszard, you have a 1-drop 7/7. Thank you. Or a 1-drop 8/8. No.
Again, 1-drop. Better in Kaguya.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is Kaguya's new, pay. It's, ridiculous. So much better in that deck.
All you do is just keep dropping things, and on, turn 3, you're like, I want a 6/6, put this into play.
Yeah, it's like the seems fun. But no, seriously, this card is actually pretty good. It's nice that it is a 1-drop, because it gives you something to play that if for some reason it survives till you J-activate, then it gets bigger, which is nice. But, I still think Witch is a better 1-drop for Black, but Black did need better 1-drops, because it really doesn't have any in Alice Block. Any good ones?
Joan of Arc's actually real good.
Yeah, she would be the best Black 1-drop, I would say, in Alice Block.
Easily. That card's really good.
Yeah, she's... But, so it's an okay card. It's just, if for some reason you have a bunch of stuff there, just play it and swing. Alright, so the next one is Melder, Last of the Dead. This is Ryszard's dad. He is a 5-drop, 1,000 zombie resonator with stealth. The stealth cost is if you control a darkness magic stone and your life is 2,000 or less. So he is meant to be used with his wonderful wife, who hits you for 1,000 when you use her effect. So basically, he is a later game card, obviously, which is why you would not want to play a lot of him. But his effect is pretty good. It says when this card enters your field, target resonator gains -4/-4 for each resonator with stealth you control until end of turn. So if you're playing the deck correctly and you've gotten a pretty decent hand, this should be a kill on enter for a lot of things, because neck 4 is actually a pretty big number. It at least can kill most 1-drops in the game.
I mean, he's also like a 2000, or I'm sorry, a 2-drop 1K or 1K, yeah.
Yeah. So he's got a good body on him, and he has a good enter effect. Also, just like his wife, he does not need to enter from your stealth area. So if you can play him earlier than you would be able with the stealth effect, just by all means go for it. So he's pretty good. I like that he is another enter kill something. Between him and Lucifer, we kind of replaced the loss of Carmilla with the rotation. So kind of nice. But you do have to kind of commit to a stealth deck, which won't be too hard if you're playing mono black, because that's basically all that they have.
I mean, to be fair, mono black's going to become stealth that deck in this cluster, so.
Yeah, it's going to be stealth with shadows thrown in.
Be fun.
Okay. Yeah, Melder's pretty good. I need my full art playset of him as well. And then this guy is real sweet looking, and I can't wait to get my full art. Yeah, it's.
Oh, this was the other SR, Kelly. I remember trying to figure out this.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what
this
it was.
is the other one.
But yeah, you can play.
Satan, look at him.
He's not Satan. We already have Satan. Satan is pretty boy angel.
He is. He's a very good card too.
Yeah, super good. Satan and Hades are really good. So yeah, this is Hades, Lord of the Dead. Yes, yeah, there you go. He is a 9-drop, 14/14, 12 Apostles Resonator. So he is Black's new big bitch with Mephistopheles out of the format. He has a similar feel to the Machina stuff in that you play one, let's play him for each card in your chant standby area. So if you almost got it. So yeah, 9-drop. If you Ryszard, you put 4 in, so he's a 5-drop. If you haven't activated all of them, he's even less. So it's pretty good, and he's gonna be easier to play with each with Ryszard on the board. But he has 3 separate effects, which make him pretty versatile.
Again, Kaguya, but busted as fuck.
Oh yeah, like Kaguya got so much stuff. It is a good thing they rotated out, because Kaguya would be dead. I'm not saying I wouldn't have played it, because I already love my Kaguya deck as it is. It's done fun, but yeah, it's. So he has 3 more effects. The first one is pay a black, banish a card in your chant standby area. Target Resonator gets -4 until end of turn. So that first effect can be used to fix your standby area if it has been destroyed by Ryszard's inner effect. If you hit just a bunch of useless cards, you can kind of get them out with this. Yeah, so he at least gives you some kind of effect for any dead cards you might have hit off of Ryszard, which is nice. What people might want to consider is playing a lot of Remnant cards, because if you hit Remnants off of it, then you would be able to remove it with his effect, and then still have an effect when it hits the grave. So, yeah. His second one is pay 2 black, banish a card in your area, destroy target Resonator if you banish the card with stealth. So, not as versatile as the first one, because you have to lose one of your stealth creatures, but say it's late game and you don't have any use for the execution that's sitting there, you can still kill something. And his last one is pay 2 and tap him, put target Resonator with stealth you control into its owner's standby area face down. That is the cool one, because it lets you recycle cards. Unfortunately, you do have to tap, leaving him open, and you can't swing with him, but at the same time, he has a 14k butt, and I think he'll be singing.
You gotta 14 dude, so he can get attacked.
Woo.
Like, the good thing is, you can tap him, and you don't have to worry about him getting murdered by Quiver. Quiver will kill itself if it tries to attack him.
Yes, it will.
We still play and reflect. I can bump it by 2, and we can bump heads.
You can bump heads, but he's still going to take that shit with him. But yeah, Hades is pretty cool. He's got a lot of effects. He has a hefty cost. Unfortunately, he is too hefty of a cost for Nighttime Raiders to cheat him in, which is good and a bad thing, because you can't spam him. It's terrifying.
I would cry if there was 6 of these in play. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, I would have loved it, but at the same time, thank you for thinking ahead, Worth the Will, and not giving us a super easy 14/14 to put on the board, with no drawback. So the last card is Death Trap. It's a little weird. It says it's a trigger, chant standby, 4-drop. says during your opponent's turn, you control Darkness Magic Stone, and 3 or more of your Resonators were put into a graveyard from your field this turn. Put target Resonator from your graveyard onto your field. So, yes, you can cheat Hades in if Hades is in your grave, but you have to lose 3 creatures in order to do it. And I'm not exactly sure what you... Like, that's a lot, in my opinion. And you would have...
So, Adam Brawley...
No.
That's 2 cards.
During your opponent's turn.
Is it during your opponent's turn?
Yeah, it's during your
Gross.
opponent's turn. Yeah. That's the issue with it is, actually, some people mentioned that in the article that Jordan writes for these. He said you could Adam Brawley and do a bunch of stuff, but you can't. It has to be during your opponent's turn. Meaning you have to just straight lose your Resonators to either attacks or a board wipe. Which is really weird. Yeah,
so it's like
if
a safety net?
You get it? Yeah, and it's definitely not going to see a lot of play, but if you were playing especially if someone's doing like spam with that new axe on top of Flame King's Shout, this is going to be your answer to it. They're going to be like, hey, you hit all my stuff, that's cool, have a Hades. But it is kind of hard to get the effect off because it does take 3 Resonators on your opponent's turn. So, a little iffy. It's not going to see a lot of play, but it definitely has some sideboard positions against certain decks.
I mean, it is a common, so I will go with that.
It's not taking up an important slot, which is fantastic. It is
correct.
It's just a common, good side.
Other like black stuff that actually makes it better for some reason.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get more black stuff that's like sack one of your Jews stealth or something, because that way you could spam this with it. But yeah, that's it for all the spoilers that we have right now. Like we said, we wanted to do this now because all the rulers were out, so we figured it would be a good time. And then we'll, in a couple weeks, when there's more spoilers to go over, we'll do another video for that.